Assalamu alaikum, guys. Hope all is well. Today is Thursday, the 26th of March, 2020, and it's my 14th day in isolation. As you're aware, I imposed this isolation on myself and my family a week prior to the kids' schools closing down. So we pulled out the kids from school, and everybody's been under lockdown. Nobody's allowed to visit. We're not allowed to leave. And yeah, it's getting a bit too long now. It's getting boring. The kids are really getting boring now. And I mean, obviously, they're allowed to go in the garden for a while. Because as far as I'm concerned, I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, yes, you're allowed to go in the garden." I don't want to take that risk. The reason is because they don't really seem to know much about the virus. If it's airborne, if it can be passed passed on by birds, and birds poop and all this sort of stuff. So basically, I'm not going to take a risk um, until they know more about this. Sorry, that's just the way I am. My family, my kids, they mean the world to me, so I'm not going to take no risk. The weather's been beautiful ever since the lockdowns last started, and it's sad because when we were allowed to go out and about, it was always rainy and cold. But since this, especially since I've actually put myself into this self isolation, the weather has been beautiful. And yeah, so we go out in the garden, kids can run around a little. But like I said, I'm not going to take too much of a risk, so they can't really go around touching anything at the moment. It's just going out there, just running around, just breathing exercises, and just get some fresh air for about an hour max. That's if you're lucky. I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even go out that long for 10, 15 minutes at a time. Um, because I don't know if any of you have noticed, but with me, when I go out into the garden for a while, I start feeling a sore throat coming, and that's really scaring me. So I think I'm gonna actually stop that as well now. So I'm not gonna actually go out because I've been alright. I mean, I'm getting this little sore throat coming and going. I haven't had no cough. I haven't had any temperature. Um, but like I said, my body is still in pain. I'm still feeling a lot of pain in my body, and I'm feeling tired, even though I haven't been doing anything. But I just feel really, really tired. Perhaps it can be because I've been overworking for so many years now. I hardly ever take a day off. I start early in the morning and I finish really late, and perhaps that's catching up on me. But yeah, but I've noticed it now, and I've noticed it since I've got into isolation. So yeah, so basically, I just hope this government finds a remedy for this, because if they don't, it looks like I'm gonna have to, along with all these other parents, because we're stuck at home with our kids. um, yeah, well, apart from that, let's catch up with what's going on around the news. Nothing else is on the news apart from this coronavirus. China has taken control of it. They haven't really reported any more deaths. The cases um, have started dropping as well. And Italy and Spain both have taken over when it comes to the death toll and the infections. So China has managed to deal with it so far. There's a lot of other news going on about some other viruses coming out from there that come from rats, but I don't believe any of that. I think these guys have been eating rats and all these other things for years and years and years and decades, and nothing's happened. So I doubt it's happened because of that. I actually believe that this is a man-made virus. I think it's some chemical um, attack or something that was going on, or some experiment that went wrong down that road, if you know what I mean. But right now, I don't care what it is. I just wanna. My main priority is to protect my family and protect myself, protect my parents and my kids. And yeah, so guys, thank you very much for all your calls. All my neighbors, all my friends have been calling, texting if I need anything. Thank you very much, guys. I won't forget I won't forget any of you guys that have actually even just sent me a text asking me if I need anything. Um, so I always believe that the true people that you should have around you are the ones that are there for you when the times are hard. And guys, I'm never gonna forget that. So thank you very much. Normally I would be, the people that know me, they would know that I would be out offering help to everyone around me, whether I know them or not. Anyone that needs help, I'll always try doing my share. But this time, I just didn't want to take a risk with anything with my children. It's not anything else. I mean, a lot of people are going to think that I'm scared of death, and I've said this so many times before. And the people that know me, um, they'll understand that. Basically, I'm not scared of death because death is the only guarantee we've got. There's no other guarantee. The only guarantee you have is death. Every living soul shall taste death. I'm just scared, yeah? And I am scared of something. And I'm scared of the state that I die in. I mean, there's a janaza today in Luton, and it's the first coronavirus death. And Alhamdulillah, our community is very strong and very united. They still had a good turnout. Everyone was wearing masks. But the sad thing was the family of the deceased. They weren't there. His kids weren't there, and that's what I'm scared of. You know, I've been looking on Facebook and YouTube and that, and there's people that have posted videos where one of their loved one was fine, and because he had some symptoms or she had some symptoms, they've called the ambulance, and these people have actually walked into the ambulance themselves and you know gone to the hospital, and then within a day things have changed, and the family's been put into isolation, so nobody can go and visit them, and then they have to switch off the life supporting machine because there's nothing else they can do for the person. And then that person is, if he's lucky, is he's basically buried without any of his loved one there, without anyone there to hold their hand in their final stages, anyone there to comfort them, anyone there to just be around them, you know. And that's the state I'm scared of. I'm not scared of death. I'm scared of the state that I go in. Um, and it's heart touching. It's just getting worse and worse, and people still think it's a joke. I think they need to start bringing in the rules and regulations of our third world countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and countries like that, because them guys are getting a whooping. They're getting a good whooping just for coming out, and they're getting beaten up, and then they're taken, and then sent home. And I'm glad that's happening. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but the thing is, though, if that means that you're going to contain this virus that nobody knows anything about as of yet, then they need to do that, because that's the only way it's going to work. You need to turn around and give them a little hiding and make sure that people film it and send it across. So other people hear about it, and that will keep them from going out as well. So apart from that, man, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of blame games going on. Everyone was laughing at China. China has contained this virus. America is struggling. America is secretly asking everyone for help now. And the worst thing is, I don't understand why these people did not have everything in place when they were busy pointing their fingers at China and laughing. Why couldn't they have spent that time in getting everything in place? I mean, even our British government, yes, they are trying to help out a little, but the thing is, they're missing out on some major things. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, they're helping out the self-employed. They're helping, property owners with their mortgage and that. But how come they're not doing anything for the guys that are renting? If if I was in charge, um, I would have turned around and said, okay, if landlords are not paying mortgages, then tenants are exempt from paying rent until this is sorted. Because those tenants, if the landlords those tenants have to earn that money, and if they're not working, how are they going to earn that money? Then you've got council tax. We need to also stop the council tax as well. So if council tax and rents and mortgages was to be stopped, and then the next step would be gas and electric companies coming in and saying, all right, we'll put either a tap on the rate. So basically, if you up to this much, you can have units you can have for free, and anything above that we will charge you, but we'll charge you a less rate, or even just stop the bills as well for a while. You know, this country has made so much money. They've spent trillions and trillions on wars, and you try and tell me that they cannot, spend that money on their own citizens that have helped work their asses off and support this country and have made this country become what it is. Yeah, even though right now it's a shithole, and this is what our people have done to it. There's people out there that are going around, like who have been infected with this antivirus, this coronavirus, and what they're doing is they actually think, yeah, their attitude is that, oh, if we've turned around, got it, we're gonna go and spread it to these certain communities, and they're targeting Muslim communities, Hindus communities, Sikhs, Asians, basically, and these are like, you know, from racist groups where people are brainwashing them and telling them that, listen, you've got it, there's nothing you can do about it, so why don't you pass it on, do your bit. Yeah, so what these muppets are doing is they're going to Sainsbury's, Aldi's, Lidl's, B&Q's, all these big shopping places where there's a lot of people, because there's a lot of panic buying going on as well. So what these guys are doing is they're deliberately coughing on things, touching things. I've seen videos where they're actually licking the trolley handles and like licking their hands and then wiping it on top of all the door handles and the toilets and the sinks, and then it's just getting worse and worse. Now, I've heard the government's actually passed a motion where these guys are going to be done for terrorism if they get caught doing that. But the thing is, though, how are you going to catch them, and how are you going to identify how many people that these guys have infected? So since they have done this, how many people have been infected because of them? So how are you going to work that out? So they need to work on that a little, but they need to start clamping down, and they need to turn around. And yes, we need to start washing our hands, even though you're supposed to be doing that anyway. But now for little things like dustbins, like when you go and put out your bins. The good thing was, though, that our dustbin guy left a note and he said, listen, we've touched over 500 dustbins, so please wash your hands once you put the dustbin in. And I took that really nicely, actually, and that went to face. So yeah, um, there's so much going on, and shopkeepers. I think they've started coming in line. There's a few brothers that have exposed guys, and then for some reason they've basically gone back on it and saying, no, 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 these guys, not their faults. It doesn't work like that, mate. If somebody has put the prices up and they've been caught out, they need to be named and shamed. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be your own cousin, it could be your own family. If they are trying to take advantage in this situation, yeah, when the world is scared for their lives, yeah, then they need to be named and shamed. So I'm going to carry on naming and shaming anyone that gets caught with price hiking and stuff like that. Other than that, what else is there? We've turned around and now they're saying in the news that basically now it's going to be getting worse, because the timing now where in the most affected countries is started going down. So here now in the UK, they've started warning that it's going to start getting worse. The reality is a lot of people are going to lose lives, and we need to work together and try saving as many as we can. For some reason, I mean, don't get me wrong. Any of you guys don't just jump on the bandwagon and start bloody trying to shoot me down, man. But the bottom line is, yeah, yes, we have to protect the NHS. But I don't know why. I just think it's a little, I don't know, fishy. So basically, stay at home. This is the new motto, yeah? Stay at home, protect the NHS, and save lives. I don't know, for some reason, it does not, my mind would not, just does not accept that. I think it should be stay at home and save lives. It doesn't matter who it is. Why do we have to save the NHS, yeah? And then save lives. Basically, I understand the NHS people are, they're working their backsides off to try to help people. But the thing is, though, everyone's doing their part. And I'm hands up. Them guys are heroes. They go out their way and they risk their own lives to turn around and do it. But for the government to keep pushing for that line, if you know what I mean, like stay at home, save the NHS and save lives. I don't know. I think there's something fishy going on there. I think our government's actually going to try to sell up the NHS, because now they're going to realize they're going to promote it in a way where, look, it's the most important thing here, and without the NHS, we wouldn't have pulled through this. And then, oh, now it's going bust. And I remember when the elections were going on, there was some hoo-ha about that, Boris Johnson and Trump have had done a secret deal about the NHS. So I think something's going to creep up on us. Guys, while the coronavirus is basically has taken over all the news. I mean, you don't hear about anyone robbing a bike or a car or an accident or anything else. All you're hearing about is coronavirus, and that's just not in the United Kingdom. That is everywhere in the whole world. So we need to be very careful, because we need to start monitoring the news as well. Because you're sitting at home, there's nothing else to do. Go through the news and see what else is actually going on, because what they're going to do is they're going to leak out. Normally, from experience, is that when something big happens, they let out all the bad news because they think people have been diverted onto something else, and let's let out the bad news, anything bad. And later on, if they were to catch on to it, you say, look, we published it, we told it. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, that important stuff, that's going to be released in disguise of this coronavirus news. Yeah, so basically, just keep a lookout. Everyone's WhatsApping, everyone's Facebooking, everyone's YouTubing. So basically, just share the knowledge. Another thing I would advise to all the brothers and sisters that are actually in self isolation and they've been in there for a few weeks, like myself. I mean, it's different for someone who's just actually gone into isolation, because it's still new and they're just getting used to the idea. When you've done it for over 2 weeks, it starts getting. I'm a person, everyone that knows me, I'm always out and about. I'm up early and I finish work late and I'm out and about meeting people, doing my things, yeah? And for me to be locked up inside the house, I mean, even on my days off, I'm always out with my kids. So basically, for me to be locked up inside the house, it is really getting to me. So what you need to do is, I'm going to do a video of do's and don'ts later on, because I've got so many ideas and so much to say and do, but I just can't get around it. I'm just feeling really tired, if you know what I mean. But yeah, just to mention a few, just try to stay away from this, the, the media, the social media, because a lot of it is just depressing. All I'm seeing is deaths and fake news. A lot of people are faking news as well, and it just makes you feel down. you know do some prayers, clean up the house, clean up rooms, clean up sections, places that you've never, you've always thought of, you wanted to clean up or you wanted to do, and you've never had a chance, and now you've got all the time. Just do it, man. But just try to stay away from the social media as much as you can, because all you're getting is negative feedback, and that is depressing, and that doesn't help. I mean, yesterday I was feeling so down that I thought to myself, because I was looking on the news and all the videos I was getting on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on YouTube, any social Twitter, I was getting depressed, because I was thinking to myself, oh my God, why are we looking forward to going out there? Look what's going on out there. So guys, we need to just stay true to yourself, true to everyone around you. Stay safe, stay at home, don't go out unless you really have to. I mean, with these youths, they just don't understand. Their attitude is that, oh yeah, listen, the roads are nice and clear, there's not going to be no cops around, we'll drive around, or we'll go out, we'll link up, we'll have a little smoke, this. Listen, guys, you do not understand how serious this is. I understand the 5G thing, I understand all that. Yes, it could be happening, but go and try to speak. For all those that deny that this virus is all a cover up, try going and speaking to someone who's lost someone to this virus, and then you'll understand. Yeah, I mean, sitting on the other side, where nobody's been touched by this stuff and that, and you're trying to make your predictions, or you're trying to basically state that they're covering up this. Yes, that shit does go on, but this virus exists. The whole world cannot be covering up. All these governments don't even get on with each other. Why would they be covering up one another's bloody mistakes, or some secret agendas? It doesn't make sense. This virus exists. Yes, the disputes and the conspiracy can happen regarding where it started from, how it started, who started it, was it man-made, was it natural, yeah, and stuff like that. But you cannot dispute that there is no virus. This is a cover up for 5G. I mean, I've been reading up on 5G. I've been reading up on it for some time. Um, so yeah, but the thing is though, come on guys, this, you have to give it some respect, man, for those people that have lost loved ones, and they weren't even allowed to go to their funerals. They weren't allowed to comfort them on their final moments. Come on, guys, that's scary, man. That's very scary. So I think I can sit down for hours and hours and hours, guys, but I don't think you guys would want to sit down and listen to me just blagging on and on and on and on. So let's cut it short. Let's just keep it, you know, not too long, but not too short either. But guys, you need to, support our channel. I would like you to share my videos, like, tap the like button, and subscribe, guys. Subscribe, comment, if you don't like anything, or but at least be a little decent in it, you know what I mean? So leave a comment below, some ideas and stuff like that, and let's help this channel grow together. Thank you very much for all the new subscribers, and keep us in your duas. Over and out.